Hello everyone, I'm Oz, and in this video I'll be going through Lumetri presets, some of the presets and how to use it for basic color correction. So to start with, I already have a few clips that I want to work with and to show you the presets. And then on the right side, you can see that I have a few presets which I've made within Lumetri. And Lumetri is something which comes with Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's get started. So we're going to use a few of these and then I'll look at the settings and just to give you an idea. For the stocks, I generally use brighten, darken, medium, or mid bright. Generally mid bright, medium is like slight touch ups. So let's start with brighten. So once I drag and place it here, you can see that it already did a slight color correction as much required. You can see the difference. Yeah. And then if we go into this clip in effects and controls, we can see that it's here. And under basic correction, you can see the settings that I've kept, the highlights, the shadows. When you move these around, you can see the difference. So in some clips, you do tweak it a little bit just to in the whites. So the aim is to have the clips look as natural as possible, not overdo, not do color grading. This is just basic color correction so that the clips are ready to be submitted to stocks, or if you want to just do basic color correction for your travel videos or vlogs, that applies as well. Okay, so then let's move on to the second clip. And over here, for example, this is an outdoor clip. So if I use this works for this as well. Let's see how mid bright works. So I prefer the brighten one for this one as well. Let's move on to the next clip. And so this is like a night clip, and let's see if brighten works for this as well. Just basic color corrections, the same. You can play around with the settings. Then we move on to the next clip, and here also, like, because you can see it's a bit dark, you can brighten. So now you see like a little bit is getting overexposed. So let's try mid bright for this. It's much better. And then again, let's look at the settings. So we're not playing around with the tints and the color temperatures. It's only playing around with the exposure, the contrast, the highlights. So you can see if we bring down the highlights and bring the shadows. Again, aim is to make it look as natural as possible. And then the whites, we can increase the whites a little bit, and the blacks, you can see the difference. Yeah, just we are not getting into the creatives, but the saturation I like to keep at about 103, between 103 to 110, depending on the frame on the shot. So let's move forward. Next up, we have, let me move back. Okay, so this one, I think mid bright would be okay for this. As you can see, before, after, slight, like this is the color correction you require basic in most scenarios. Then we move on to, this is a slow-mo clip. Let's try mid bright on this as well. So here you can see the mid bright is something that does highlight the top. So need to go here and see. Here you go. So this is as natural as possible. And so when you see that the clips are all the same, so you can always Command C, and I have my for pasting of presets is Command dot. It's easier for me. So you select the clip and command dot, and it pops up. So you want them to copy this. Okay, there you go. It's been copied. Although I feel that this is too bright. No, actually it's okay. Okay, moving forward. And let's see. Okay, so we've been playing around with these. Again, this one I feel is mid bright. Okay, so when you have like similar clips which are all from the station, you may be able to apply this to all of them, like select all of them and apply, and then you can go to each clip and tweak it a little bit. Okay, so in this case we go with mid bright. So we have this over here which is quite exposed, but it's because of the shot as well and the sun in the back. So what we can do is tweak it a little bit. The highlights. Okay, and then we increase the whites, and then the blacks we can increase. So you see like how all of these, this is just basic, yeah, so how they affect the way everything looks, the shadows, so you don't want it to be like this is not natural, but this, yeah, this is natural. So this is how it was, this is how it is. And so yeah, in some cases you'll see that the clip itself is good enough, or you need to decrease the exposure. Next up, let's try mid bright on this fella. Yeah, this works. Then moving forward to the next clip, then this one also. So yeah, I feel like we can bring down the whites, but yeah, that's more like it. Next up, let's look what we have. So yeah, I'm majorly going through this. These are two I made for Osmo. This is when I want to add a little bit more color. This is when I want to bring them back to life, and the shooting flat and ice log and all that. And these three are for aerial footages, but I play around. These would work on aerial as well, definitely. These are my top 4, I'd say. So for this one we might need to use darken, as you can see, and the last one is the cat. Mid bright is good. So yeah, so this was to give you guys an idea on how to do basic color correction using Lumetri. These presets were made by me, but it's just basic presets and a little bit playing around with the shadows, with the little bit of exposure, a little bit of contrast, and the highlights, the shadows, the whites and the blacks, and then the saturation, of course. So these are the basic stuff that I normally do. Just to add on top of it, sometimes I would like to add in sharpness, but that depends. That's up to the whoever is doing it and however you want to go about it. But sometimes I like to do is this, that I like to add in sharpen. And then keep that at 5. So it does have a slight effect, on the sharpness. So yeah, guys, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.